But since Lordo was playing music, we turned to the stream late, about 8 minutes in, so I'll try to stick around. It's 10:22 now. Just for posterity. 2 p.m. Leg analysis on Thursday. Tune into Lordo stream. About 8 minutes into the game. Let's do some proper league analysis. At this time, let's set this back to, it is on auto. I think I just have too much stuff open. Let's drop the vocal agility. Let's, you know what, I'm going to save this video for later. Because I wanted to see this quick. I'll watch this later. I did want to watch this. Let's keep that here. Let's do news later. Let's close Duolingo. Refresh the page and kick it into higher gear. Let's turn off performance mode, which that shouldn't even be a problem. I don't understand why it's doing this thing. Boop. Come on, what the heck is going on here? Oh, you know what it is? Let's just up the Chrome. Relaunch. I'll probably have to re-grab the screen, right? Oh no, it did its thing. That's probably what it was. I would love to go Chrome, go away. I love to turn on the music, but I can't because Slow's playing music. So he's 2 minutes into the game, 10 minutes analysis. We have hopefully a 12 vision score from Thresh, right? Well, let's see if we can capture really quick or I can go back in time. We have proper, what you're seeing too from High Elo Challenger, player former pro player from Team Liquid Lordo is proper attack move spacing. It's a cannon wave, but that's okay. Is he playing with locked camera? Did I ever notice that before? Did he always play with locked camera? So good to. Lots of some tea. Sauce is roaming bot at 11:30. Well, he probably took off at 11:15. Pat down 8 seconds down. 15 seconds crossing. Team sit. Victor is flanking. Top lane is clear. Diana should have been rotating back into the enemy jungle unless she has Herald or something. Why is Diana taking a top path the long way? Okay, she's hoping to kind of thread the lane to hopefully accelerate maybe Lorla? Okay, so Diana, can she fight this? Oh, yes she can. I think it's going to be extremely hard to take out the Darius because he has the life heal. Oh, did she get slowed? This is why I warned immediately when I said it. I knew it. I was like, it's going to be extremely tough to take out a Darius on the tower. It's a Juggernaut. Juggernauts are designed to sustain the damage, and he sustained just long enough to get a free double kill. And then he TPs to lane off the death timer, and Lorlo's sums are down. That is actually a proper play from Darius. Looks like Silas is kind of griefing, right? I think if the... Yeah, I was going to say if the Zac jumps away, it just kind of nullifies. Yeah, I think I just saw Zac hop away. Don't tell me the Silas is pursuing that. Oh, he got the kill. Re-engaging with the Silas. Darius is there to counter. Darius is now 4-3 and got 3 free kills, 1,200 gold, and probably whatever XP that he needed. We have a Draven in the mid lane with no support, blinded on 2 sides. Oh, they can't see the map. Yeah. Oh, I guess it should sit here. There you go. So we have the reason Draven died is because Draven was sitting in the mid lane and there was no vision in the river. So like super rookie mistake. Please don't tell me this is how you them. Depending on how good this Victor is. Oh, never mind. Victor's just walking it out. Oh my goodness. If the Victor was smarter, he would have weaved in his autos and killed the Diana. Oh, nice. Enemy jungler is Zonk. Okay, Diana secures a kill. We're getting on Nautilus. 16. It's 29 kills at 14 minutes. Is that too many kills? Is it? No, it's too many deaths. Maybe different ways to look at it. And people think, oh, I need more kills. And I look at it like, too many people are dying. Is what I immediately think of the game. I didn't see the sums on Darius. I wish I could see more positioning, but we're 10 minutes into the game, so we're catching the end of the early game. We're now crossing a threshold at 15 minutes into the mid game. But I wish I would have saw the draft order. That determines a lot of the win con. Seeing the sums and the runes of your opponents before the match starts also determines a win con, win condition. Diana, I don't think it's late game. Diana, like any kind of assassin's like early game jungler. So off the bat, Vayne is late game hyper carry. So I figured Lordo's probably doing the whole poke to sustain. So Vayne poke against Darius sustain. He should be the traditional counter to Darius. And then Diana into Zac. I'm guessing Diana must have blind picked her assassin champion, and then Zac chose to go, Vanguard tank, like offensive tank as jungler to sustain through burst damage to Diana to the counter. This is gonna be a really precarious position because if he gets I don't think it was vision that was lost. I think it was just it's gonna be really tough. Diana's going for it? Oh man. Yeah, I was gonna say it's really. Oh no. Okay, they got back up. But wait, hold up. Oh, okay, yeah, wait, hold. Oh, is she gonna? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, they're okay. They're okay. Yeah. I think. Oh my goodness, the Draven is at like 100 or 200 health. They're in a reset. They lost vision control in front of Baron Pit. Lost vision control in front of Dragon Pit. So the traditional red side. Oh nice. Diana is leave 725. And has a 13 KP or 7 kills, 5 assists. They're sitting at 13 KP at 17 minutes. They're in a good position. The only difference that Diana does not have, I need to put this back to 1080 and just force the PC to do his thing. Yeah. Okay, position. Diana's in Overwatch position. She re-engages onto the Darius. I bet the Darius didn't go tank. I bet the Darius did not go sustain because, it kind of looks weird. Oh no. Darius plus tower damage to 2k with his ult. Like Vayne can't get hit like 6'4". Vayne can't get hit like that. In terms of CS, Laurel's in a good position at 145 CS at 18 minutes. But the team essentially, there's always I tell people as I'm coaching and training them, there's 4 points you got to fight over. There's 4 vectors of control here, so you got to place a ward here. There's 4 vector control here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 vector control here, so you got a ward here. There's also 4 vector control here, so you got a ward here. And same thing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 vector control here. You got a ward here. Um, yeah, it's just goes back to those 4 points of control that aren't. They have 2 points of control, but once you lose that vision, it then gives up like a whole section. So it's like a 4-1 formation. His team's engaging on the jungler goes down, the carry goes down, team is trying to fight, Draven goes down. He's trying to apply a cross map play to secure tower goal. 675 might be able to pressure as he's coming up, but it's going to be extremely hard. Team is falling back to tactical. Looks like Solstice and Thresh escape off of the sacrifice of the two carries. A carry jungler and carry ADC. You might be able to like condemn him. Auto. Oh, the stopwatch into the Darius pull. Damn, it was so close. But like Thresh should have been there. The support wasn't following Lordo's play, but Lordo's play was correct because Lordo would have got the kill and then could have got Lancered out. But the Thresh like stood still AFK in lane. It's pretty griefing. And then Silas saw Vayne, commitment onto the Victor and then didn't fight it. And if he just fights, if the Draven just fight, oh my goodness. But the Draven is another ADC player that you see all the time. They're just ADC players that are just too scared to engage, too scared to fight. They're holding their hands. You can't have that as an ADC. I need my ADC to have hands. So when you have an ADC just kind of holding their hands, in a mechanical sense, from the bot lane position, your ADCs are just hands. So what I mean by that is like, they don't think about like any kind of macro stuff. There's the micro ability. Their hands, are you mechanically good enough to fight in the game? And so when you have an ADC kind of holding their hands, they're doing this. They're holding their hands, behind their back, or they're just holding their hands, not on the keyboard, watching their team die. It's the type of ADC you don't want to play with. So definitely not good. Lolo was in the proper position. He had the jump onto Victor. Thresh should have been there to back him up. Thresh should have lanterned him out, or Thresh could have hooked Nautilus or hooked Darius or any of the other champions to free up the Vayne so that he could commit the damage, kill the Victor, and the Victor would not have been there for the dragon fight, and that affects the whole map. And so it just comes down to just like why is Thresh wasting his hook on an already dead champion instead of Thresh needs to interrupt and stop the DPS of boom, look at that, but Thresh is not backing up the Vayne, and so it's like he's fighting so hard, and the Thresh is not interrupting or stopping the enemy DPS. That's the whole point of like the flay and the hook, is to interrupt and stop their attack combo so that the team can then strike them. So either in a fight, the Thresh also wasted his hook onto a 100 health enemy Zac, which made no sense. The Thresh needs to like hook or flash flay onto the Xayah to stop her DPS output to then give Silas enough time to re-engage, but he didn't. So you have a support doesn't know what they're doing, and Thresh doesn't know how to team fight, holding onto his ult. The Thresh is holding onto his ult and dying. The Thresh held his ult, didn't use it once, hooking the wrong targets. The Thresh hooking at 100 health. Oh my bad. The Thresh hooked a 100 health Zac for some reason that like doesn't make any sense. It didn't engage onto the enemy carriers to try and interrupt their DPS output. So Thresh probably is not that bright, or the thrush support is actively kind of soft griefing or something like that. Because if you're already high elo, you should understand like your target prio kind of capability within a fight. Now thrush uses his ult and the team loses a uh, like a 3v5 or something like that. And for some reason the team is fighting at 23 minutes, not in the Baron pit, but like outside the Baron pit. You know, what you want to do is if blue side's going to fight on Baron, you let them get weak, right? And then you try and poke them down while they're taking Baron damage. That mid tower is still up, so you know Silas failed. You know, we're 23 minutes in the game, and Silas Danny has Ghost. Now, you should be able to condemn him back, right? Yeah. Oh, no, even though he hooked. Oh, it's the Victor damage and speed. It's probably a little too much. Victor didn't even go the proper items, and the enemy ADCs died 8 times. So, yeah, it's more so on the Victor. Even the Victor with the wrong items is still going to hit. But he already naturally has, like, Victor has his Q ability, allows him to get this bonus movement speed. Zach playing really well, proper tank items, boom, 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 boom. Oh, Darius didn't go proper tank. He went fighter into fighter items. Yeah, you could do that. And the Darius is 11-4, just, like, dominating the map. Or the Xayah's died 8 times. The Nautilus, 1-3-16. The Nautilus being 1-3-16 is a proper support. That's pretty good. It's a 17k piece. Silas is AFK in the top lane. This is League of Legends is a game that's a race. So you cannot just sit around and do nothing. The Silas is actively AFK in lane, not doing anything, not engaging the wave. Mainly because the Silas at 23 minutes didn't take mid tower. So, mid laner's griefing. I'm sorry, boss. Players shut down. You know, you can't teach heart. You know, so like in League of Legends, you have to love League of Legends. League of Legends, you have to love League of Legends. And so when I see a mid laner in his game AFK, it's because the mid laner is like, it's their insecurity. You know, the mid laner died 8 times on their pick. You know, the mid laner didn't get mid tower at 23 minutes. That's on them. Enemy team has Baron power play, and they are going in. Oh yeah, see, just the Darius hook is just too much. Oh, and of course, in any kind of fight, Vayne can't get hit. You know, you would need more front line, and even then, this team doesn't really have a front line. You know, because Vayne, Diana, Silas, and Draven, if they all get hit, they're gone. Yeah, he's just like an AP fighter. Even he can't sustain the damage because fighter champions are just burst champions like assassins. So really, these two are slayers. Assassins are slayers and fighters are slayers. And so if they get hit, they really can't get hit. They can like dish out a ton of damage. And Draven is a marksman poke. Vayne is a marksman poke. Same thing. They can't get hit. It's all about positioning, but they need front lines. And more so, any marksman is like team heavy focused. And so, you know, the only way you can have like a Vayne top is if you have like a tank jungler, like a Trundle of some kind, or Sejuani, or a Maokai jungler, then you could have a Vayne top. Thresh, if he didn't go tank, then it just doesn't work.
Areas?
But also Lordo's playing music, so I can't, because Lordo's playing music, I can't tune into the game. So it's one game down. Simple league analysis. Yeah, probably if I saw the composition from the beginning, I probably would also just say blue side. Just because, yeah, but he talked about end of season climb, big day, subs 24% off for a week. That's true. Love the Team Liquid chair. Let's go TL, let's go Liquid. No. I don't know what Hexamal is talking about. The Darius had a Trinity Force into a like a Sterix Gauge into a Dead Man's Plate. So the Darius went Conqueror as a fighter into fighting items with some tank kind of sustain items. I know it's going to sound kind of weird, but actually, like, Draven wants to go forward, and Thresh is more utility. And so, really, the Thresh Draven, I think from like a synergy and composition standpoint, actually like does not work. Versus Draven would excel more with an Enchanter because Draven wants to go forward, and the Enchanter wants to just mainly empower and buff a single kind of ally. Versus like Thresh is more ideal for late game ADCs because like a Caitlyn or Jinx, they're team fighting. They want to get the 3 items and go through the lane safely. So really, Blitzcrank, Alistar, Thresh, these kind of tanks are strong in the early game, and their presence is strong in the bot lane, and they can keep their AD carry alive, and their late game AD carries alive, like Zeri or something like that, and keep them alive. Versus, so Thresh wants to kind of like protect the early game, but Draven wants to win the early game. You see what I'm saying? So Thresh, Alistar, not Leona, Alistar, whatever. These kind of the tank supports are just they're going to protect the bot lane, but they're not really going to go forward. If you think about their kit and the hard CC, to keep the AD carry alive long enough to get the 3 items, have less deaths, have the economy, have the items, then engage and win the mid game and late game. So your tank supports are designed in the game to keep your ADC alive for the first 15 minutes. But Draven wants to go forward, and it makes it harder for Thresh to keep him alive. So it's much more advantageous to have a enchanter for Draven. But the only way you could push the needle is like a Pyke. And the reason I say that is Pyke actually wants to go forward. Pyke is different. Pyke is an assassin, right? So assassins only win the early game. They want to snowball the early game. And Draven has the strongest level 1 early game as of all ADCs. So Draven, by his kit, is designed to go forward. And I think Pyke is the secret sauce because he's a support as an assassin that wants to go forward and get kill accelerated gold and win the game through the early game for the first 15 minutes. Versus like any kind of tank, even if it's Thresh, Blitz, not Leona, Alistar, they're just trying to protect their ADC to keep them alive, to interrupt ganks, and to push the enemy back, hard CC, to keep your ADCs alive. And then there's the skill matchup as you're dueling 2v2, in the lane, that you're fighting. So, and then for Draven, he's actually more advantageous with any kind of enchanter. So let it be like Janna or Lulu or Emilio, because then they want to charge forward, and enchanters can single target focus an ally and buff them to either enhance their damage or give them more movement speed or attack speed. And you'll see that with like Lulu and Janna and any kind of enchanter like Karma to like increase their attack speed, increase their movement speed. What does that do for an ADC? It allows them to win the early game. So let me democratize League of Legends. Let me make it easier for people to understand. And that kind of frees up your mind when you look at matchups and synergy in the bot lane at a much more concise and holistic point of view. And hopefully that sticks for players. And so with Lorlo, I would actually highly recommend for Lorlo to just play early game fighting top lane champions, and just it's all about your hands. Do you got hands? Can you fight? And so for Lorlo, just take the fighter type champions, and some of the juggernauts like Garen and Darius can turn into fighters by giving them fighter runes. But a lot of times the juggernauts are supposed to have sustain mechanism to help empower their sustain kits. It's already built into their spell rotation, into their attack rotation, into their attack style, to their play style. And so for Lorlo, I'd rather see him play a Camille fighter in the top lane, play Fiora fighter in the top lane, and just roll them. I'd rather see Lorlo, play Camille, play Lorlo, and just go the fighter route, with the fighting runes, and take the ignite and win the game in the first 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like if you're elite, right? If you want to be the number 1 player in the server, if you want to be a 300 player, if you want to be a challenger, show us that in the first 3 minutes of the game you can just end the game. Show us that you can get basically that you can fight, and that's what I'd rather see. He's playing Aatrox support. What in the? Okay, this is definitely an experimentation. I'm definitely thrown off. For a second, I thought he was going to go Aatrox top. I was like, hey, cool, Aatrox top. This is a very interesting game to analyze. I didn't even look at the draft because I kept thinking it's Aatrox top. But now we have MFADC, Aatrox support. He must be going W first, right? because that would be the only mechanism that would allow him to support. That's really hard. Maybe it has to be Q. Maybe it has to be Q start because the E doesn't help, and if you deal the W, you can't disengage off of the damage. And really, I like MF. Like I just practiced and like rolled some players with Misfortune, even with League of Legends trying to stack the cards in the deck against me. Even when League of Legends gave my opponent 4 Emerald players, and they gave me an Iron Jungler and 2 Silver players, I still played MF and just kind of rolled the map really quickly to just kind of practice, warm up my hands. The enemy team with Pyke, I like Pyke. Now, depending on how good the Pyke is, the Pyke is either going to hard engage right now. Can you finish her? Ooh, maybe if he backs in the bush. Now, Lordo should have walked back in the bush because I don't think they warded it. That's what he should have did to kind of de-aggro off the minion DPS and then to fire the Q from the bush. So if he sat in the bush and just got in the range and fired the Q, he might be able to clip her, but it's really hard to do it out in the open because, this is like face checking. So for her, when you're in the bush, they can't really face check it, right? Unless it's warded. Nice, but she hit level 2 also. So I think if he was in the bush and you auto bush, and then you disengage from it, I think he would have the opportunity to kill her. But the whole point to stop that is MF just on. So now Ashe has the XP advantage, and see, and MF is level 1. Just he hit level 2, just stuff like that. It was really quick. You had to have weaved inside of the bush, and then engage. And now Pyke has all the threats. So the moment Pyke hits level 2, he's going to get back prior on the lane. Because he can either go invisible or get his E stun. Okay, he's level 3. Okay, so he has the XP lead for some reason, somehow. Extremely tough. Misfortune should never be dying. Level 1, I think took like level 1 Misfortune taking a tower shot. Should never happen. You just Misfortune should have been taking it slow and weaving in her auto Qs. I don't know what the Misfortune was doing. And the Misfortune was she got hooked and then wasted flash. You're save your flash because you need it to survive a gank from the enemy, right? Instead of a hard trade in the lane or a heavy trade in the lane. Just didn't make any sense. And all players know this. Universally speaking, every high elo, every player knows you don't lose the game in the first 3 minutes, but you can lose the game in 3 minutes. I'm saying it again. You shouldn't lose the game in the first 3 minutes, but you can lose the game in the first 3 minutes. With my ADC is, throwing away their flash at level 1. That just that's a yikes for me, man. It might just even as an ADC standpoint, you need your summons, he's going for it. Oh, she flashed. Okay, you forced to flash back out. I still would have backed out because they're throwing away gold. I understand they're trying to chase, but you can't chase an Ashe because her passive is slow. So all that needs to be calculated. Whether or not kill threat is potential, but MF cannot be throwing away free gold because she's not reading the map proper. Oh man, MF does not have. Okay, he might be able to get out. Okay, he gets out. Get out. I mean, nice. Because the Graves counter jungle and did some proper jungle tracking, and the enemy threw a red control ward down. They just panicked throwing wards in the lane. Crazy. I mean, I would just recall because why you recall as a support. I mean, not only do I play support at a high level, but the reason you recall is to give Misfortune all of the kill and gold XP, so you don't share it, and that would help her a ton. So she was down in XP, right? Oh, now she's back up in XP. Cool. Oh my goodness! Holy cow! My goodness! That was a split second from. That was a split second from being game changer in the lane. It was the Pyke was throwing his hook and the Ashe W was about to connect. The Pyke was throwing his hook and the Ashe W was about to connect. It's just It was recalling. It was just like like you just recalled, right? Is it, just dude. That's something else. Okay, Heimer in the top lane. Now you know what's funny? Heimer in the top lane actually works because Heimer is actually built to sustain long trades in a long lane. Now, if he gets jumped on, nope, they're fighting. Nope, they're fighting. Oh, looks like Heimer turret's doing a lot of damage. Yep, Zir probably just didn't have the kill angle. Actually, what Ash wants to do is she fire at the right button? Oh, I can't see it. Oh, it doesn't pop up. It doesn't pop up. Only the enemy would see it. Damn, that's a good ADC. Oh no. Oh yeah. If MF gets hooked right now. Oh MF. Oh my goodness. Oh well, the Pike didn't do his combo, but I think the Ash just. That's a good Ash. That's a really good Ash. They just got walked. So when you get walked in the game, it's the opponent is essentially has like a dog leash on the player, and when you get walked, or you get dog walked, is like the opponent has like an invisible leash, and they're just controlling you. And so the Ash just like walked. Basically, the Ash is forcing you into a position that you think you're going to win, but you're not. So they're kind of baiting you or feinting you into a weak position, and then they thread in the damage. They're going to thread the needle. They're going to just hit you with that kind of damage. It's extremely hard to engage into a Pike. That's why I like Pike as a support. High skill, high elo. I mean, I don't recommend low elo players to play Pike. So basically, Pike is just a high skill assassin support that has a bunch of skill expression that showcases um, that player's style in the game. I wasn't paying attention to the draft until I thought he was going Aatrox top. Oh, that's a cheeky stun. He did the auto flash. I'm surprised his teammate didn't follow up or was behind him or Jace or something. No, yeah, Jace didn't follow up, but like Jace didn't like vault and like leap forward and do his full combo. Jace kind of like was playing scared for some reason. Maybe the Jace felt because Lorther on Aatrox was such a forward position. River at this, he's not level 6. He was thinking maybe the Grave, the Jace is thinking that the Graves is in an Overwatch position, or so. Okay, so it's Graves jungle, Gragas mid. Jace, I think Jace hard counters Gragas. Yeah, Gragas is down CS, losing trades, losing CS and XP, mainly because the Jace is actually he's a poke hybrid fighting champion. So Jace is actually a more poke focused, but he can transform into hybrid like burst fighter. So fighting class melee for Jace is in the burst category, but Jace's mechanism in beginning is actually poke. And so Jace is known for like Q poking or like Q hex gate, like he creates a hex gate, fires his accelerated shot. The Ashe is level 7. She might have arrow. Yeah, I was about to say. She was just waiting for the kill angle. So when a player looks for a kill angle, she just walked the whole team. Game is over. It's 6-1 Ashe, and she's really good. It's in pure 9. They're either a really big Cloud9 fan, is like there is like a percentage chance, like 50% chance maybe if you're high elo that this is actually like a Cloud9 player, or that the ADC.
Now we just lose though.
ADC that's yeah. I just said the same thing. Right when Lorlo said he's like, I think we just lose now because if the Ashe gets killed accelerated gold, especially on ADC, the damage output. They're one or the other, right? What? They're one or the other. Like if you're, it should still be really hard to kill a Pike. You would think. What the heck? Okay. Enemy Pike just kind of goofed because I'm like, this Pike. There's only like a few mechanisms you could do. You can do like a fake Q into like hook pressure. You can do like roaming flank into E pressure, or you can go for your full. Oh my goodness, this game is over. What is going on? What is going on right now? The Ashe can just kill the MF because she could just walk her down. Boom, boom, boom. She's dead. Doesn't matter. MF can't do shit. Boom. Like this game's over. What is the team doing? I've never seen it before. What is the team doing? Why are we fighting an enemy jungle in the early game when they're losing? You know what I mean? Like, like what? Well, um, it's just now. Now, don't get me wrong. It's only a 3-kill game, but just when the enemy ADC has to kill us every goal, Ashe can just kind of melt. Oh, that means the Azir did in War Tribe. She should be able to do some damage. If yeah, Azir can just queue. He can just queue away. He can just queue away. Too much time has passed. Always think everything in 8 seconds. So just count. 1,000. You can do it here. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. If you can't catch it, oh man, dude, Ashe just destroyed that MF like it was nothing. MF wasn't thinking at all. MF is trying to like the ADC Misfortune is just like fighting back out of frustration. Yeah, Pyke had a decent play. Yeah. Oh, maybe now. Oh, no, maybe not. Gragas actually made a pretty clean play. That was actually really sick. The Gragas like saw his teammate try to like do like an alley-oop. Oh, the Pyke just got. Oh man, that's the proper combo. You hook, stun into ult. That's a proper combo. I think the Pyke's died 4 times in 12 minutes. Like that's a bad Pyke. Pyke should be like 108 right now. The average Pyke should be 108. An elite Pyke would be 2012 right now. Oh, the Ashe is 911. Not call 911. We got to report a. But the Ashe 9 kills was 10 KP. Ashe at 13 minutes. Ugh. She'll have so much kills at her goal that she could just destroy. She had 2 items. She had 2 items in 13 minutes. Can't fight that. I know it looks tempting, but I would not. She's 3 levels higher. Oh man, she's 3 levels higher. She's gonna hit like a truck. What does she have? Oh, okay, she has 1 item. I don't count boots. I don't count boots. So she's at 1 item. Some people count as 2 items. I don't. It's 1.5 items with boots. Man, if the Ashe was a little bit smarter, they would have went 2 normal items. They would not have gone boots. If the Ashe was a little bit smarter, you go 2 items and you just crush your opponent. Game over. You know, like if I'm the Ashe, I'm already at 2. Like she doesn't have 2 items. She only has 1 with boots, but she has the level lead, which makes her strong. Yes, but does the kill gold on Warlord, does that help win the game? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, good thing the Pyke missed. Oh my goodness. Like, why is the Jace and the Pyke? You know what's really scary is that actually the Jace and the Pyke might be giving false hope to the blue side. So what Jace and Pyke just did is they feel like they're gonna win, so they're gonna make the game close by doing like dumb stuff to trick blue side into thinking they can come back and win. Because if Azir survives the late game, he's the ultimate champion on the match. Ashe with utility and her gold allows her to out team fight this team. And Jace can then fire really powerful Q shots. That's still always a threat. Surprised the Azir is in that position in the first place. Like, why is Azir in river, but the Azir was not at tower absorbing the wave that he should have caught? Right? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why was the Azir in river when the Azir, if you looked at the wave state, should have been catching the wave on the tower? Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Yeah, like, why is Pyke dying under tower? Like, what? Yeah, he has this gate that he creates. Really, really weird behavior from both sides. Um, okay, we are 16 minutes into the match. Blue side for Lolo, they still have their towers. I guess they're winning? Oh, you know what's happening? The red side is not playing around the carry of Ash. Like, for some weird reason, the... Oh, well played. That's we call it a trade kill. So, when you got to trade out, you're going to fight. You can call it like an exit kill, better than a trade kill. So his exit kill is like, well, the Azir is like, I'm exiting the rift, gonna die, and so he exit kill. Um, Now the reason red side isn't winning harder is because Ashe should have rotated mid to defend mid tower when she had the extra goal to then slow the Gragas. And Gragas should have already died like 4 times. Remember the Gragas 0-0-1, so the Ashe should have already been mid lane, stopping the Gragas, slowing him down as they opposing mid laner from red side to blue side perspective. And then the red side team is not playing around their powerful Ashe. So now I already know that Ashe is livid. Ashe is mad because not only is blue side where Lurlo's playing, they're making plays around the map, right? But definitely kind of wonky. I mean, I don't know. Heimer doesn't. I don't think he has any kind of flank capabilities in his kit. Heimer's really just front to back fighting. Heimer has to recall out. I just don't. You know what I mean? Like Heimer, you have to recall out because I don't think Heimer has any kind of flank capability in his kit. He's just a front to back kind of character. Someone's getting chased. Someone Graves getting chased. I guess they're hard committing onto Graves. Okay, MF. Those are all, and almost gets the nice. Okay, Heimer. See, like Heimer's just like really slow, right? So like, okay, Heimer is getting hooked. I think the Heimer. I don't know what just happened. We had a 4-2 trade. That's not how they like to say. 4-2 trades. They want to trade their 4 lives for their 2 lives. They actually are back into the game, kind of, right? And no team is winning or losing, but Jace is applying really good pressures to tier 3 towers. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. We call it Nexus towers. You go tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So for newer players in the future that are watching, try to teach to everybody. MF has about 4 seconds. I was just thinking that, like, did they TP behind her from the position that Azir and Jace came from? Is like they TP'd to get her. Okay, I'll tell you why red side TP'd, because when I was counting 4 seconds in my head, she should have fell back 4 seconds and would have been right on the edge of threading like optimization, but the MF wasn't threading like optimization. She was just overcommitting and got punished, kind of like overstepping. You're out of bounds. You got to punish it. But I appreciate blue side kind of, they're collapsing together, they're rotating for the team fight. This is what I was trying to instill and teach into my, I had the opportunity to train some university players on how to properly team fight. A lot of times university players at the, D1, D2 level, they were just sticking in their lanes. What blue side is doing right now is they're like in an overwatch position, they're hovering, and they rotated for the fight. Because I was trying to tell them, like, you want the assist goal. Because if you get the assist goal and you kill the enemy, what are you going to do? You're going to fall back and take the opponent's resources, and then that helps you in the match in the game. Versus D1 and D2 players are just like sticking in lane, playing like Bjergsen, like they're AFK farming, and they're not helping their team. They're not really doing any kind of team fighting. So now Zach is trying to force a play or create a play. I don't think Zach has only 20 minutes in, I doubt that Zach has the items necessary to engage as a proper tank. Now, Zach can make a play, but not like a full-on... Yeah, I think Zach only has maybe 1 item. Yeah, Zach has 1 item, half a components, and then like a boot. So like he's not like once Zach has 3 items, then he can like make a play for the team. But Zach can only do so much. So let's turn this down. It's now an even game, but it's an even game because red side is not playing around the carry in Ashe, and We have blue side properly doing some team fighting. You know, they're rotating as a team, collapsing as a team, taking up space as a team. They're in good Overwatch positions, kind of hovering. Overwatch is allowing your opponents to be seen, and then you're sitting in a position where your opponent can't see them. You're in an Overwatch position to then engage, to try and disengage, either help or lead. Lead to make the play. In this instance, okay. In this instance, the enemy did what blue side was doing. So one person made the play, the rest of the team was hovering. I think it was the Chase and the Pike knew that they had the ability to kind of press the tempo. This is maybe a clean steal. Great cross map play. Reason it's a cross map play is this is one side of the map, this is one side of the map. So whenever you make a play on one side, see how the mid lane kind of splits it right near river? So this side is one side of the map, this side is the other side of the map. So when they were fighting here and they killed Lordo, the rest of the team was already they made a really good macro call and they were B rushing or just B lining. You know, they're just straight line running to the Baron to get the play. They made a cross map play. But red side already is going to prio Dragon. It's part of how the map is designed. If you're blue side, you're going to prio Baron. So now blue side has the Baron power play, and they should be either pushing away or sticking with the wave. But there's no need to if the team wastes Baron buff fighting in the jungle is really bad. So when you have Baron power play, you know the clock is ticking. You need to escort a wave. You need to fight against waves and over waves. That's what you have to do. Pike was doing what he did earlier. So Pike and there's the Jace damage. That's what I'm saying. The Jace Qs are going to start to thump. The Jace Qs are going to start thumping people. Just thumping people, laying down fire. And so, okay, can the Misfortune not overstay again? Don't tell me she got caught again. ADC, MF. Okay, applying good poke damage. Overall position goes back. There are 3 more points they could take. So this isn't a good ward because you lose vision here. So unless someone's in this position, see now you cover. You have your kind of lane exits covered. There still should be a ward here. Yeah, it should be a ward here to protect these 4 vectors. And this ward is bad because this doesn't help anybody because the enemy team can just walk around it. That's why you need a ward here to see all 4 vectors. They lost vision control of dragons, so they don't know if the enemy team is. Lorlo, I don't think he needed to be in that position. Lorlo probably should have been sweeping through here to kind of clear vision to protect their flanks, but then Azir got to the flank side of the team, especially when you have Heimer, who needs to fight front to back, so he has to protect his flanks, and Graves is the same way. Can only fight front to back, cannot get flanked, and MF has to fight front to back, cannot get flanked. And so Azir, if the red side is kind of smart, if they are a smart player, then they picked Azir knowing that they can flank with the kit that Azir has, his ability to fly with his sand soldiers through objects. And so Azir can. That is a decent Gragas. Actually, the Gragas showed a real sick clean play earlier. You know, when he tossed his ult to knock back the Jace towards Lorlo in a layup kind of fashion. But the Gragas out here gave it. Gragas is giving it his all. He's doing good macro positioning. So, I shouldn't praise him too much because you made 2 good plays and then never mind. So I'll say the Gragas is 2-2. Gragas is back to being average. I think the Gragas made 2 good plays, 2 bad plays. So yeah. Oh. That's just from the initial unlock seeing the icons. Man, Heimer. Don't know what Heimer's doing. I bet the vision score of this blue side team should be higher. Yeah, we're 25 minutes in, and the mid laner only has 11 vision score. So mid laner, I don't think. Yeah, the mid laner is not buying red control wards. The mid laner didn't buy a sweeper. The mid laner didn't buy a oracle, or didn't buy an oracle lens. But didn't buy an oracle lens, didn't buy a blue trinket, or anything like that. So already, I have a mid laner who's down in CS, right? Never mind, my bad. The mid laner's at 235 at 25 minutes. They're doing really good. But the vision score needs to be higher, which means they're not caring about the intel and counter intel of the game. Okay, they're fighting over the red buff. Pike is... I don't know what Pike is doing. Yeah, I just thought it was weird why the Pike was in a forward position like that. Nice. Okay, Azir Hyper fighting 101 in the top lane. So it's TP, yeah. The Grog is going for another cross map play because the Grog is now TP, left the bottom, went forward, and died. Okay, what? Pretty sure the Azir just kills. Yeah. So the Azir gets a free double kill. Stop. Oh, yeah, I mean, well, the Azir's gone, you know. Okay, 7, 8, 10. The team gets an inhib. Blue side is now winning. You know what's so weird is that if blue side is winning, red side should have had some sort of like tower gold pop up. Usually another indicator that your team is winning. You'll see either towers kind of light up with the gold, border, which kind of sways, not sways, but if you see the gold border, you know you're either winning or losing. But I think only if you're losing you see the tower. No, yeah, maybe only if you're losing you see the red, or you see the gold outline on the towers. So maybe red side is losing, and only through their perspective do they get a chance to see the. That was kind of funny and kind of weird. The ash arrow hit him when he's flying in the air. Should have kept the filter on. There's the fan, just filtering, doing its thing. Okay, they're fighting. It's 29-29. I think it's 4v4. Yeah, essentially, just red side is just not once are they fighting with or around the ash, which like doesn't make any sense. It's like the team is griefing or something. Like red side is definitely griefing because they just triple kill the Pike. Well, but red side is definitely griefing because they're just not fighting with the ash. I think the Gragas knows he's done. You know, like, you can't get out, bro. Now, the Gragas should have walked to the wall and then dashed over. Like, Gragas has a dash. Gragas should just walk to the wall and dash over. He was, like, dancing in the lane. So, if you are if the mid laner is a high elo Gragas, I need to see, did Gragas have flash? And why didn't the Gragas just walk to the wall and dash over, you know? And now the team lost the 4 points division, so it's like 29, 33. It's pretty even. It's probably even in gold, actually. Oh, when did this get muted? What the hell?
Sweethearts, this weight of the world on your shoulders. I guess you're wasting these of mine. I must be favored to know, yeah.
Oh.
I take my hand.
It's Cheryl Porter, singer
What?
and your vocal coach. And today,
pause this? So anytime I click the video, it must have been from the. Never mind, I forgot. From the I relaunched Chrome, and then it yeah, I relaunched Chrome, and then it just kind of reset the video. That's on me. Bro, it's not like not interested in this, man. Dude, can I get rid of this? Can I just? Can I get rid of this? Can I just get rid of this? Get rid of these freaking ads, man. Bro, what? Bro, just don't recommend me that channel, bro. Continued war crimes from Israel. Start bombing and attacking hospitals. Israeli forces still committing crimes against humanity. Bombing and attacking hospitals. That's crazy. Cool. Mason Graham, first team, all Big Ten. That's the title. Also, Michigan's number one team in the country under Harbaugh, who's always been an elite defensive guy. Mike Sinistrom, 5 interceptions, 2 forced fumble. Wow. 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 Cornerback, Michigan, Will Johnson, 0 touchdowns allowed coverage. That's incredible. Michael Barrett, highest rated grade linebacker in the Big Ten. Well played. And he's a good linebacker, Junior Colson, 7 tackles. Solid. It's gonna be. I hope people realize it. Yeah, that's a really good stat. That's a really good stat. Michigan, University of Michigan. Yeah, I think she's right on that one. Well, Terrence Howard and Mike Seneschal might be like equal. Not do the whole 5 interceptions each, but I don't want to see Mike Seneschal's like pass PBUs, pass breakups. Um, this is pretty damn elite, and also being first team Big Ten. Why aren't they saying whether or not Alabama has any first team SEC players in the defense? Is that a little weird? Is that a little weird that Alabama doesn't have any first team SEC players? They're not highlighting that stat? They probably do. Let's see the Okay. Oh, okay, okay. They are. Yeah, I see Jaden Daniels. He won the Heisman. Oh wow, Missouri. Missouri plays tomorrow against Ohio State. So they have number one running back in the SEC, Cody Schrader. So Missouri. Wide receiver wise, yeah, Malik Neighbors, LSU, Luther Bird in Missouri. Yeah, Bart Bars for Georgia. Yeah, Missouri, the Mizzou Tigers, or Missouri, we call them Mizzou Tigers, are have a lot of first team guys. Justin Booger, D lineman, is he on the? I was doing his thing. Boop. And then I'll cut that as a video.